All right, so we wrapped up Green Lake, ended up in 6th place, caught all smallmouth, and we were just going around scoping, throwing basically a Ned rig with a little minnow on it, really light head, 1/16 of an ounce, and I was throwing some 6-pound braid on that. That's key. This is that new Suffix Revolve, and I just got it. It's been a good braid. You can cast that light bait a lot farther. And then if I was feeling frisky, I'd pull up the old top water. This is just a black chug bug. I was throwing black popper in the tournament, but I only caught one fish on the popper, but it was a good one, and it was fun. So I wish I could have caught them all on the popper, but that's how I caught them on Green Lake.
Noah Schultz here has wrapped up the championship on Green Lake in Spicer, Minnesota for the Classic Bass Champions Tour. Ended up 5th place. We stumbled a little bit in the morning, but made a hard charge in the afternoon, but we fell a little short. The morning half was basically a 2-pronged approach. Northland Tungsten Nedster, Dobbins Ecstasy 722. That's a good bite getter. Caught quite a few fish on that. Yamamoto Ned bait there. And then caught quite a few fish on this is a Yamamoto Sensei worm. Nico rig, I put an 1/8 ounce in there just so I could fish faster, cover a lot of water. Again, Dobbins Ecstasy 722. And then the second half, I also threw a drop shot a little bit mixed in there in the morning. Big heavy wig just so I could fish fast. Then the afternoon was basically all a jig bite. Once I figured out they would eat a jig, I converted to that, and it was game on after that. This is a Buckeye balling out 2 jig. Dobbins Champion XP 734, and just fishing isolated grass patches and covering as much water as possible, putting that Mega Live 2 to work. And Minn Kota Quest just, I was flying from patch of grass to patch of grass, because it wasn't weed line fishing, it was clumps. It was more isolated clumps, and I would just fish one clump, patrol more than 10, go to the next clump, patrol more than 10, go to the next clump, just being as fast as possible, utilizing 360, be set out at 100 feet, so I could see those clumps coming in the distance, and use my Mega Live 2 to really pinpoint that cast to see how many fish are there, if they're all in the sand in front of it, or if they're in the clump, and just trying to be efficient as possible. But like I said, fell a little short, but ended up in 5th, so could have been worse.
Hey guys, Hunter Wendt here. We just finished up a championship here at Green, and today was a pretty awesome day. We didn't win, but you know what? You can't win them all. I'm going to kind of explain to you some of the tactics I used today to get my 4th place finish. So number 1 on my list today for the smallmouth was a Outcast Tackle Radar Love paired with a 3-inch Z-Man jerk shad. That was to get those suspended smallmouth out deep. And on the flats, it was really key player for me today, get those bigger fish in the boat so I could get some weight. And then when I went largemouth fishing in the second half, a key player was a 6-inch robo worm paired with a Arsenal Blackout Tungsten. And that was really key for me because then I could feel everything on the bottom. So like any rock I could feel, it was just key to be on the bottom and feel everything because it was just the lightest bite possible, and that was my key today to my success. So
hey guys, Ron Mehr here. I just finished up 3rd at the championship on Green Lake in Spicer, Minnesota for the Champions Tour 2025. And although I did not win the boat, I still had a great tournament. But here's 2 lures that I caught pretty much every fish that I caught on. And the first one was on the Puppet Master rod from Veselka Fishing, and I had a Tokyo rig and a Pit Boss on there. And the reason I had that is there's a little bit of grass on the bottom of pretty much all of the areas of Green Lake, and this holds above that little bit of grass on the bottom. So when the fish actually comes down to it, it's actually above the grass, where a jig actually digs in the grass. So pile on that this morning. And then when that got a little tougher and you needed some finesse, I went to the old, this is just the spinning rod, which is a great rod, for a great all-around rod from Veselka for doing stuff like this. And that was a drop shot, and I had a robo worm on there. It's paired in warmouth, which they don't make anymore, so I shouldn't tell you that, but paired in warmouth, but there's a lot of baits that are this color or this style from RoboWorm that you can get to pretty much do the same thing I did. I used those two baits pretty much all day. Didn't finish up the way I wanted to, but we had a great day and a great tournament, and we'll be back next year.
Evan Blakley here. We just wrapped up Green Lake in Spicer, Minnesota Championship for 2025. And we didn't quite get win us a boat, but we got us Angler of the Year, got a sweet prize pack, had a ton of fun, jammed them real good. Kind of had two game plans going. I had morning split. I thought, well, the largemouth seemed like they might not hold on what I've found. So I'm just going to go out and I'm just going to catch all smallmouth. So tried to start on a couple of largies, but it didn't play. So we rolled out there and got on the smallie flats and just started catching them. It was great. I had a super sneaky kind of new thing that I shouldn't show you guys, but we're going to have a moment of weakness because you saw it all day on camera. So here we're using the quad hover. Here's the Waypoint Angler Supply exclusive gold bladed one. That thing's super sweet. But I actually threw the silver today just because of what I had on. Sometimes when they won't quite commit to that, I'll go to the gold. Just throwing a little smeltinator on the back of it. Sometimes you want a little more action. Today, that smeltinator was the deal because it was just smooth and calm, and they'd get in behind those blades and they'd see that little minnow swimming that one bit the tail off at the last cast. I couldn't quite get. Smallies were crushing that. At lunchtime, I caught like 25 smallmouth and 91 total smallmouth were caught. So I caught over a quarter of the smallmouth. All but one I caught on that rig this morning. And you can get those at Waypoint Angler Supply. They are best deal around. They got a bunch of them in stock. I know that because I had them deliver some to the ramp for me last night because I was running low. So that's a great rig. This afternoon then I went out and I thought, well, let's go catch some largemouth. Those I had some really good grass patches and I just threw a 5-inch Senko and Nico rigged and drug it through some grass. They ate it really good. Almost made a run at winning the thing. I got really close and then bite dried up for me. So we rolled back and we went and caught some more smallmouth because that was more fun. So didn't win a boat, got AOI, which is a huge thing. I wanted that so bad and got a bunch of awesome Humminbird and Minn Kota products sitting up there. I'm going to have my arms full walking out of here. Great time at the championship here.
Just wrapped up the Classic Bass Championship here on beautiful Green Lake. This is one of those lakes I love to fish. Clear water, deep weeds, fits my style. I ended up getting away with the dub on this one. Won a brand new 19-foot Skeeter with a 200-foot Yamaha. Did all my damage on a 6-inch Margarita Mutilator RoboWorm, which is rigged down on a drop shot with the Dobbins 703 Champion Extreme. And the other rod I started throwing a little bit towards the end of the day when they stopped biting my RoboWorm was just a 1/4 ounce tungsten Nedster. I was just pairing that up with a little Yamamoto Ned worm. I was throwing that on a 722 Dobbins Ecstasy.